Hello! Welcome to Quickfire English and Zero Preparation Activities for ESL teachers, where we discuss activities that engage students but take no time to prepare. Today, a full lesson that's fun, adaptable to various levels, that we can modify for whatever time we need, that hits almost every language skill and yet still requires no prep. First, students discuss the news in groups, answering questions that you've written on the board. And once you're satisfied with the discussion, check some answers with the class. Next, split students into pairs with one mobile device between them. Send half the pairs to bbc.com/news and the other half to cnn.com. Then write instructions for a scavenger hunt on the board. Now, the instructions will need to work regardless of the content of each website on any given day. For example, 1. Discuss. What are the top stories? This is just a quick task for a page overview. 2. From reading the headlines alone, work together to define 5 words you think you and your classmates should know. Here, students identify and fill gaps in their own vocabularies. Students can check definitions online while you monitor and check that those definitions are correct. Now, if you want to modify this task, tell lower level students to find fewer words, and if you want to challenge higher level students, you can set a higher number of words. 3. Choose one story. Before opening it, discuss what you think the article will say. Then, click, read the first 5 paragraphs and discuss whether you were correct. Here we have a gist task, and to modify, have lower level students read fewer paragraphs or have higher level students read more. But remember that BBC and CNN articles usually contain fairly short paragraphs. 4. Open a different story. Read its first 5 paragraphs and work together to summarise their content for your classmates. Here we have more detail as students paraphrase information. And to modify, have students summarise fewer paragraphs or more. 5. Judging by the headlines alone, rank the articles you have not opened from most to least interesting. This is for discussion but also acts as a buffer in case pairs do the other steps at different speeds. If some finish the previous steps early, they can discuss part 5 longer, while for those catching up, you can cut this part short. The time for the scavenger hunt will depend on your group's level and how challenging you made things, so use your own judgment. But when the task's done, put students into groups of 4. Each group must contain one pair that read the BBC and one that read CNN. Then the pairs exchange their answers. Afterwards, elicit some responses with the class and correct any mistakes. Finally, a fluency task. Now, you could do the activity from last week's video by having students choose 5 current news stories to discuss. And if you haven't seen that video, I've left the link below. But if you want to get more adventurous and take more time, have students roleplay a TV news broadcast. For this, put students into groups and give them roles to fill. For example, we need at least one news anchor with the top story. One student could be a roving reporter and another the person they interview. We could have a weather forecaster or a financial analyst or a sports reporter. Specify however you like. Then the students decide who takes each role and help each other to prepare their respective reports, referring back to the BBC and CNN if necessary. Now, both the preparation and performance times for the news broadcast will depend on your group's level and how many reports each team has to give. Obviously, more reports per team means more time per team, so use your own judgment. Okay, how do students perform their broadcasts? Well, if you have a small class, you might have each group perform for the whole class. But if we have too many groups, this can really drag on. So option 2 is to have groups perform for each other. Either way, you listen for mistakes to correct at the end of the class. And I outlined my preferred correction method in a previous video, so I've left the link to that below as well. Okay, we make the corrections and now we've done a full lesson with zero prep, one that hits almost every language skill and gives students authentic experience with English language news sources. Now, if you got something out of this video, please like and share, and if you want more videos like this, hit subscribe and that bell for notifications. Okay, we are out. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.